Good morning, everyone. Let's start again. I forgot to press record as usual. Thank you, Natisha, for the reminder. So today's session, we're going to be talking about goals, business goals, personal goals. We're going to talk about burnout and we're going to talk about sustainability, right? So first things first, right? You guys hear me talk about goals all the time, um, but we're going to talk about the difference in the goals, right? Because most of our goals are just business related, right? Not too many times do we have any personal goals that align with our business. So today we're gonna go over some ways to work on personal goals and our business goals. So why are personal goals important? Personal goals are important because they keep us going, right? Um, they keep us healthy, right? They keep our mindset going. They just, they coincide with our business goals. So we have to be mindful and to take an account for those every single week. We have to have personal goals at the beginning of the week, every week, just as well as our business goals every week. So we just have to get used to doing that because it's a very important thing, very important action. So let's talk about some personal goals. So one of my personal goals for the week, like I said, is to get back into the gym, read 10 pages of my The One Thing book or the MREA book. What are some of your personal goals you're gonna make for this week?
I didn't think about that one, but that's actually a good one to
Right?
read at least to read at least 10 pages.
Right? That's a good one, right?
Yes.
Um,
Um,
so so we're actually gonna that's gonna be our first activity of the day. So I need you guys to, on a piece of paper, you're going to write down five personal goals that you're going to do for the week and five business goals. So your five personal goals can be anything, right? I want to start a diet this week. I want to go, I want to go call my mom this week, right? I want to do something personal, right, to you. Um, and we have to learn how to stay outside of real estate when we need to be, because we all have lives, right? We all have families, we all have friends, we all have obligations outside of real estate. So we can't start to put real estate before those things, even though, we kind of have to run our business, absolutely. But we can start doing it so that we are moving one thing to do another thing, but that one thing we moved can be critical, right? Because our families need us, right? We have to give attention to our spouses, we have to give attention to our kids, right? So, doing all this, we also have to take care of our personal life and our business life, if that makes sense.
mhm.
Good. Um, so today we're going to write down five personal goals and five business goals for the week. So, what do you think would be one of your business goals for the week?
Um,
I think script practicing, talking to people is very important.
Very true. Very true. So, what will be one of
Listening.
your
Yeah, we all need to work on. I mean,
So what will be one of your personal goals, Rashmi?
personal goals is like spending more time with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have time, but they are always busy with their homeworks and everything and their classes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I always want to spend more time with them. But
Right.
yeah, we have to figure out how to manage all those things.
Right. Right. And that's one of our that's one of the challenges that we have in real estate is adding, right? We're adding this whole new schedule, right? This whole new business we're adding to our lives, right? So we
Yeah,
have to figure out a way that we can add it and it not take too much effect on everything we already had going on, right? Because our kids were already there before we started real estate, right? Our
yeah,
families were already there, our spouses were already there, everybody was already there before we started. So we can't do something that's going to make our time with them even more straining than it already was, right?
that's right.
So, so we're gonna work out ways to go around it,
Yeah, that's right.
right? So one of the ways to go around that is time management. Time block your days. If you time block time for your kids, you'll have time every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If we time block time for our spouses, if we time block time to go to family events, right? If we mark it on our calendars and we know ahead of time, we can move things around accordingly. And no one will ever even notice that we were super busy all day and then we came to do whatever we did, right? Because we just have to stick to the people that have been sticking to us. We don't have a choice, right? We can't give your kids back. It's too early, too late. So we're stuck with them. So we got to do what we got to do to make things work. Another thing, another concept I want you guys to be mindful of is something called burnout. Now,
Mm-hmm.
burnout occurs when we are just constantly doing real estate. We don't do anything else other than that. We're constantly on the go. We're constantly just constant. What's going to happen to you is you're going to burn out because you can't do that every day, right? We're all getting older, let's be honest. Bones ain't flexing like they used to be. So the last thing you would want to do is to drive yourself crazy on real estate, right? Which is why time blocking is so important so that you know how many hours a day that you're doing this. Because if you spend all day, every day doing this, you're going to burn yourself out. You're not going to have any business and everything is just going to be jumbled around. You're not going to have time to do anything, even for your own self. You won't have time at all. Burnout is something that we all work to avoid because we can, right? I can sit here from now until midnight tonight doing this. But can I do that every single day? No. I cannot. I'm going to burn myself out. It's going to be very difficult for me to do anything else beside this every single day.
Right.
Right. So we have to be, we have to learn how to take better care of ourselves and to take better care of our time. Our time is very important. Um, like I said, you just don't want to spin your wheels, right? We don't want to be sitting here just going through the motions every single day, right? Because it's not sustainable. So the number one word that you want to be, that you want to keep, and your new favorite word should be sustainability, right? How can I create my business in a sustainable way, right? How can how can I create a system that's sustainable for me? That's important because you have to have, and your business has to be able to run at some type of level at a constant, right? We have to keep this level up. It can never go down, right? We have to stay with the flow of things. So, what are some ways that we can do that? We can create sustainability in our businesses.
I think, like you said, time management.
Time management is definitely top of the list.
Uh,
What else do you think?
delegate
Absolutely.
when you can.
Absolutely. Delegating is definitely another one at the top of the list because you're going to have to delegate your time, right? What's important, what's not important, what can I work on now, what can I work on later? So you're going to have to go through these things and delegate on what's important versus what can wait. So that's a good one.
Right.
That's a good one. Another way to create sustainability in your business is um is to God, I'm losing my train of thought this morning. Don't mind me. I had a long weekend too. um, Another way to create sustainability in your business is to have goals. That's your top three right there. Time management, to delegate that time, and to create goals. Because only through the goals can we see what we're working towards. If you don't have a goal, burnout can be in your future because you're just running, right? We're just running. We don't see a finish line. We're just here with it, right? We're just running for no reason. and we're not going anywhere. We're just standing in the same place, just running because
Right.
we don't have a goal that we're running towards. So we don't see a finish line. So we're going to burn ourselves out trying to get to somewhere that just doesn't exist. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So, burnout is one of those things that will completely and utterly cripple your business. If you burn yourself out, you will feel it. Like, yeah, and it's hard to come back out of the burnout because you don't know how much damage you created in your business because you just been running, right? You're not really going into the follow-ups. You're not really doing, you're just running full head of steam going towards that way, right? So we don't know how much damage we could do to our business and to ourselves by constantly running and constantly doing that, right? So we want to focus on things that can last, right? What are lasting activities that we can do and create in our businesses every day? If we aren't sustainable, our businesses won't be sustainable either. So what we have to do is, like I said, this all goes in together, right? Your personal goals, your business goals, burnout, sustainability, they all fall into the same category, right? Because if we have good personal goals, then we won't burn ourselves out, right? If we have good business goals, then that creates sustainability. See how that worked?
Right. Makes sense.
Right? It all
Hmm.
goes hand in hand. All four of those things, they all go right with each other. So we have to get good at keeping track of our personal goals, staying on top of our business goals, not burning ourselves out, and creating a system that's going to be sustainable to run our businesses for as long as we need to run our businesses. And it's going to change, right? Your personal goals are going to change, your business goals are going to change, your time schedule is going to change. All these are good things to change, but they're going to change over time, and you're going to have them already set in motion so that you already know what you're going to be doing every day, right? I know what I'm doing today. I'm going to be lead genning from 11 to 1:30. I'm going to be going on appointments from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. I'm going to be working on command from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And then I'm going to end my day, right? We have to do that. There has to be an end to your day. Do not sit here and think you about to do real estate from 8 in the morning to 1 o'clock in the morning. It's not
Hmm.
sustainable. You can't do it. So treat this like you would a job, right? Professionals, like think about a lawyer. What time's the lawyer's office close? Like 4 or
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Right.
Right.
They out. They ain't staying in the office. They're going home. Your business should be the exact same way. You pick your time. My business is open from 8 to 6 on most
Hmm.
days. Some days it's 8 to 4. Some
Hmm.
days it's 8 to 3, depending on what I got to do. Right. So we control our business hours. So be very mindful of that and use that when you're thinking about your personal goals, right? Because it is extremely important to have personal goals because we can't act like our life is just real estate now. We can't act like life is just going to just be this career because that's not life. That's not sustainable because that's not why we got into this. We got in this for a better life, right? We're looking for something. We have goals we're trying to attain. So don't turn this into a burden because I've seen people do it and they stress themselves out behind real estate. Don't do it. You're going to hate real estate and you're not going to last long. That's what happens with that when you burn yourself out. You don't last long and no one can help you get out of that. It's a one-on-one thing. You're on your own when you do that. So we have to stay together, number one, right? We have to have accountability partners. That's something we're going to do this week too. If I get more of you on the call, goodness. Um, then we can have, I want you guys to create accountability partners for yourselves this week, whether it's in the group or whether it's outside the group, we're going to figure that part out.
Hmm.
But it's very important to have that. right? So what do you guys think about this concept of personal and business goals?
I think it's helpful. I mean, I'm just thinking about them now since you said two of your goals. Um, I already came up with two of my own. Like hearing other people's goals made me think of some for myself.
Right, right. Which is why this is important for us to have these types of conversations,
Hmm.
so that we can get ideas from each other.
Hmm.
Right. Um, so so what are some ways, um, here's your other activity, right? When on that same piece of paper that you're going to write down your five personal goals and your five business goals, I also want you to write down five ways you're going to avoid burnout. What are five things that you can focus on that are going to keep you from burning yourself out? I can tell you, for me, number one, it's my family. I can't burn myself out because I have stuff to do with my kids and my fiance and stuff like that. So I can't burn myself out with this. She won't even let me. I can't even spend all day doing this if I wanted to.
Right.
So I wish I could try. But I cannot, sadly. So so therefore, I have to stick to this, right? I have to stick to a certain schedule. I get her schedule every week, and then I'm able to do my schedule off of her schedule. I have to get her schedule first, then I do my schedule. How crazy is that?
Hmm.
But it's
Hmm.
only so I can keep everybody happy, right? Because I can't just devote I'm not single. If I was single, no family, no kids, none of that, I could do whatever I want, right? Easy. But even then, you would still run into burnout because you can't do that every single day, day in and day out. You're going to burn yourself out. It's just not sustainable. So, like I said, so come up with five ways um, that you're going to avoid burnout, right? What are you going to focus your energy on when you have other time, right? What are you going to be doing? What can I be doing? What should I be doing, right?
Hmm.
To to not do that to myself, to not let that happen, right? One of your things to avoid burnout could be sticking to my goals, sticking to my personal goals, thinking about my family, you know, thinking about how important my time is, right? These are some ways we can avoid burnout. Um, so pretty much I that's pretty much all I really had today for you guys. I did have well, no, I didn't have any more. Um, and I also wanted to go over some goals for the week. So you guys have your business goals you're going to be creating, you have your personal goals you're going to be creating, and you're going to have your five ways to avoid burnout. So what are some other goals you may have for yourself for the week? Right? Maybe they're not business or personal related. Maybe they just, I want to read a cookbook, right? I want to watch I want to watch a season of Game of
Hmm.
Thrones, right?
Hmm.
So, so what are some because we have to have these too, right? Beside the business goals, beside the personal goals, there's still life. Is there not still life to live?
Right.
Right. There's still life to live. There's still places we want to go, stuff we want to do. So that all comes into play as well. So your business goals should be driven for your business. Your personal goals should be driven for self-growth and health and wellness, right? And then the other one, right? That's recreation. That's what we want to do, right? That's what's going to make us happy, right? That's what's going to bring us joy. That's what's going to bring us energy. That's
Hmm.
the other thing that you have to stick to as well. Do not compromise your energy for real estate because it's what
Mm.
makes you unique. And if you're not bringing any energy, if you don't have any energy, you can't talk to people. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So do not let real estate compromise your energy. Your energy and your time are two of the most important things that we have because it's pretty much two of the only things that we basically have control over. We have control over our time. We have control over our energy. We control who we let in our time, right? Who we spend time on, and we control who we let affect our energy. So don't let real estate be one of those things that you're letting affect your energy because we have to live life still. Life still has to go on, right? So we can't start sacrificing our life for this because it's not going to work out. Something's going to give, right? Either your life is going to go down or your business is going to go down.
Right.
Which one is up to you? So we have to continue doing what we normally do and adding real estate into that, what we normally have been doing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Good. 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 Glad that that makes sense. So the other thing is, since we still have a little bit more time, let's talk a little bit about personal growth, right? What are you guys doing for your own personal growth?
I mean, I think this training is one of them, the coaching calls and training with you.
Right? The training and coaching is one of them, right? That's one. What are you doing? Like what are you reading, right? So for example, right, I'm reading this one thing
Mm-hmm.
and I'm reading the MREA book,
Mm-hmm.
right? This one I've read most of already, but I haven't finished it. I'm going to finish this one, but I'm going to start it over because me being in real estate now, I understand this book a lot better than I did with the first time I read it. So this is something that you're probably going to read more than once because it's just going to start making sense to you once you realize that, oh, I know all this stuff. I know about systems models. I know what they're talking about. So that's what hit me. This book here is going to help you focus on real estate. It's going to help you focus on what your one thing is. What is your one thing that you do better than others, right? And that's a good thing to figure out. That's a good thing to figure out. So I'm going to ask you, Natisha, what's one thing you do better than everybody else?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, that's something to discover.
Okay.
Rashmi, what's something that you do better than everyone else?
Don't know. I don't know.
it,
I don't know.
it could be anything, right? So this is part of your personal discovery, right?
Yes.
Because real estate is going to show you that you're good at a lot of different things that you didn't know you were good at. So
Uh-huh.
our job is to discover those things and to help them grow, right? So one of
Right.
the things that I'm good at, that I think I'm better than most people at, is talking to people. Only because I have like years and years of experience in doing it. So I think I'm better than most people when it comes to speaking to people. So how that's being serviced is I'm now mentoring new agents in real estate, right? I'm doing career day open house presentations for our office. You know, my listing presentations are pretty good. Things like that. So I was able to use that in different ways in real estate. So the same thing is going to be for you. Maybe you come up with great ideas, right? Maybe you're a good planner, you're a good coordinator. Maybe you're good at graphic designs. Maybe you're good at um at marketing, right? You won't know until you start getting into the activities and knowing what exactly you need to be doing. And then we'll start to discover what are some of those things um that we could be doing, right? What are the things we can focus more on? Oh, I didn't know I was that good at that. Let me focus more on that and let me grow that. So that's what we're gonna you're gonna start getting into, and we're just going to be growing as people because we have to continuously keep growing in real estate. So even if you have done my coaching, right, there's still more coaching to be done. It's not over. not over. I've done probably about well over 1,000 hours of training between reading books, between watching videos, between going to actual training events. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say probably about 1,000 hours altogether.
Wow.
So you guys are going to be the same way. You have to be a sponge in this. There's always something to learn. And even if you learn the same thing over and over and over again, eventually you're going to be a master at it. And that's the point. That's where we want to get to. We want to get to a point where we're mastering real estate because that's what this is about. Yes, we can get the transactions, we can do the deals, we can get paid and all that stuff. That's great. But if you master it, you can do this for the rest of your life. Like I said, my mentor is old. He's very old. He still does transactions to this day. So, which let me know that I don't have to retire, right? You know how people you retire and they just can't seem to figure it out. Well, this
Right.
is something I can do when I'm retired and still create income for myself. So that's something that you want to do as well. You want to get to a point where you're learning to master this. So going through the trainings and the coachings and everything like that is very important, but also be mindful of your own personal growth and things like that. Cool,
Yes. Thank you.
cool. So with that, I won't hold you guys up too much longer. Maybe you can go take a quick power nap. And we'll be back on at 10:15. And we're gonna go through some command training. I know I lied to you guys last week. I told you I won't be in command training, but there absolutely will be command training all of this week because I
Oh,
need to
okay.
make sure that we have all of our systems in place, that you guys know exactly what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be using it for, and how you're going to use this model and system to filter in all your contacts, what to do with them, how to follow up with them. I need to make sure all your systems are in place already for next week
Oh,
because next week gets real.
okay.
Next week you might as well say we outside because it's about to get
Uh-oh.
real next week. So this week we're going to do a lot of practicing, a lot of role playing, a lot of things like that. And next week we're going to start to get into some real activities. So brace yourself.
Okay.
Should be fun.
Yay.
Yay, right. So all right guys, I will let you guys go now and hope you all have a great day.
Okay, you too. Thanks.
Okay.
So, Lawrence, can we work on a buyer presentation and listing presentations this week?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And
Yes.
also about the video recordings of our sessions. Did you get the chance to figure out how to send them to us?
I'm still trying to do that. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and create like a YouTube channel and just put them all on there. I think that would be our best bet. Because I'm
Okay.
trying to figure a way to do this. IO can't really help me out, but I'm gonna figure it out this week. I promise. Today.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Bye.
All right,
Thank you.
sure.